And I'm the Reverend Samaya Oakley, and I use she, her, and hers pronouns. And it's my delight and my honor to be with you this morning. Calgary Unitarians make our home on the land of the Mohkinstsis, or the city of Calgary. Treaty 7 land is the traditional territory of the Siksika, Piikani, Kainai First Nations of the Blackfoot Confederacy, and the Tsuut'ina First Nations, the Keeneqi, Bearspaw, and the Goodstoney First Nations of the Stoney Nakoda, and home of the Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3. As Treaty 7 people, we are just beginning to uphold and live into the promises made by those who came before us in that treaty. This treaty brings us into relationship with the people of the Blackfoot Confederacy, and for whom this Treaty 7 region of southern Alberta is traditional territory. This Thanksgiving Day is a day that many of us were taught with early settlers celebrating the harvest and God's provisions over the year as they got ready for the long winter in Canada. And yet, let us acknowledge that many Indigenous people struggle with these issues like Thanksgiving, because there's a direct connection to when settlers came to Canada and the association with the government and churches who tried to strip the Indian out of the Indian, taking away language, culture, family, names, identity, self-worth, just to name a few indignities. So today, in the Indigenous ways of knowing, let us give thanks for creation, for all living things that make this world possible, for Mother Earth, for providing the harvest that we will feast on this weekend and here today at 4 o'clock in Wickenden Hall, if you would like to join us. We hold in our hearts all of the people, all of the tribes, all of the nations, all of the clans who still struggle today. On this day, we offer our respect to those who have been so unrighteously disrespected for so many years. So let's all turn around and wave at the camera to all of those who are joining us on Zoom. And if you're on Zoom right now, I'd like you to bid welcome to each other in the chat, and here in the sanctuary, turn around to two people and let them know how grateful you are that they're here. I am so grateful you are here. Kenzie, I am so grateful you are here.
That is good. You have a nice week?
Let us prepare our hearts and minds for worship.
Good morning. The lighting of the chalice is a distinctly Unitarian Universalist ritual. Most Unitarian Universalist congregations begin their worship on Sundays by lighting one in the form of a lamp or a candle. At its most literal level of meaning, the flaming chalice signals Unitarian Universalist identity. But it has other registers of meaning as well. It suggests the transformations that take place when we are held within religious community. When we light the chalice in worship, we illuminate a world that we feel called upon to serve with love and a sense of justice. And so, on this Thanksgiving Sunday, we light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude as we celebrate the ability to be with each other in the face of adversity. In this place, we harvest the strength of the relationships we form here and offer each other the gift of deep listening. May we be grateful for the many ways we grow in wisdom, welcome and deepen relationships, and act for a just and sustainable world in this community of Calgary Unitarians.
And we get to sing now. We get to sing Joyce Poley's song, "Oh, We Give Thanks." The words will be projected, and please rise in spirit as you are willing and able.
Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here and those far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here and those far away, for this food we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm Sheila McMaster, Director of Religious Education here at the Calgary Unitarians, and my pronouns are she and her, and I give thanks for being here today, and for our choir being here today, and our music director, and our choir director, and it's just been a fabulous musical morning, so that's what I'm thankful for. Actually, I'm thankful for a second thing. Some of you may know my daughter Morgan's been ill, very ill. She was in the hospital for a long time, and she hasn't been able to come here to the Unitarians in about 2 years. And this morning she was able to come for about 10 minutes. So some of you might have seen her. She's just gotten an inch taller than me. So that's a big landmark that she's very proud of. And it will be a few more years. I'll just be an armrest. That's going to happen to me. So something I'm grateful for today on, our Giving Day. And today we're talking about gratitude as an act of resistance. And reflecting on this, I thought about what are all the things that I'm thankful for or things that we can be thankful for. And so I have a story for all of you. And it is called The Thankful Book by Todd Parr. Every day, I try to think about the things that I am thankful for. I am thankful for my hair because it makes me unique. I am thankful for my ears because they let me hear words like, I love you. I am thankful for my garden because I like to watch things grow. And I'm thankful for my shadow because it makes me look taller. I am thankful for bubble baths because they keep me squeaky clean. And I'm thankful for underwear because I like to wear it on my head. I am thankful for my friends because they make me smile. And I'm thankful for my pets because they keep me warm. I'm thankful for vacations because I get to see new people and new places. I'm thankful for walks because they're special times of just you and me. I'm thankful for my hands because they help me give special gifts. And I'm thankful for my feet because they help me run and play. I'm thankful for music because it makes me want to dance. And I'm thankful for colors because they make me want to paint. And I'm thankful for school because I love to learn new things. And I'm thankful for the library because it's filled with endless adventures. And I'm thankful for healthy food because it helps keep me strong. And I'm thankful for fall because I like to jump in the leaves. I'm thankful for winter because I like to build snowmen. And I'm thankful for hugs because they make me feel good. And I'm thankful for kisses because they make me feel loved. And I'm thankful for holidays because they bring my family together. There are lots of things to be thankful for, and just try to remember some of them every day. The end. And so downstairs today, the children and youth are making a group gratitude wreath to help decorate for the Thanksgiving dinner today. So you'll get to see all the things that they're grateful for, from the world to community to their family and to themselves. And I want to talk about ways that I've started daily gratitude as a spiritual practice. So one thing I do is I keep a gratitude journal, and I just put the month on top. I'll just be like October, and then I'll just fill it up every day with things that I'm grateful for. And sometimes when people say nice things to me, I'll put that in my gratitude journal, because then when I'm having a down day, I go back and look at all the wonderful things that have happened to me. And another thing that I started doing, there's a Dr. Amen, and he's a brain specialist, and he talks about training your brain to see what's good. And so one thing you can do is you're like, oh, what are all the red things in the room? And then you look around, and then all you can see is red things. Or today, where are all the blue scarves today? And then all you see is blue scarves everywhere, right? And so at the end of the day, you might say to yourself or your family, and this is something we've started doing as a family, is say, what went well today? And talk about even the smallest things of what went well today. And another thing I like to do, it's great for building relationship with your partner or another family member, is to say, what are you grateful for them? You know, I'm grateful you put the dishes in the dishwasher today. I'm grateful we got to watch that movie together today. And I find that really helps connect and focuses myself on what I'm grateful for that day and what a wonderful day it was. And so my challenge for all of you this week is take some kind of gratitude practice, whatever that might be, and just kind of add it into your days this week for October. And now, let's see here. Oh, to this week's newsletter quote, I can't leave without our CYRE newsletter quote. It is by Albert Schweitzer, and it says, "At times our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us." And I feel like Samaya does a great job lighting that flame within all of us. And so now please join me as we sing the flame of our own light downstairs to our children and youth.
Circles of love, dance all around you. Circles of love, peace and joy. of love, circles of love, dance all around you. Circles of love, peace and joy.
Let us acknowledge that there are those among us who woke up this morning with a sorrow so heavy that they need the help of community to carry it. And so we light this candle. To acknowledge all that is being held. And there are also those among us who woke up with a joy that is just bursting to be shared in community, because we know that's when it becomes multiplied. And we light this candle in honor of that joy. And we also light a candle this morning for the people in Israel and Palestine. Let us acknowledge that we are one global family living tenuously on the same human-impacted earth. And let us center ourselves in justice as we call for peace. And this candle is in that honor. And now, my dear ones, if you have a joy or a sorrow that you would like to share in community, please come now and either light one of the candles on either one of the sides or place a pebble in our bowl of water. Let us do that now. It is in this spiritual community where we find meaning, where our joy is amplified and our sorrow lessened. You know, for many of us, it can be difficult to hold gratitude in our hearts when there's so much injustice in the world. The more aware we become of the blessings that we receive, it seems as if to feel grateful is almost like we are shutting our eyes to the suffering and the pain in the world. And yet, my dear ones, if there's something that those who have truly suffered can teach us, it's that when we open our eyes, truly open our eyes, there is a deeper reality in life that no injustice can ever take away. The decision to live a life of gratitude is a powerful act of resistance, a powerful act that acts against all that is wrong in the world. So let us take time now to cultivate gratitude in our own hearts as an act of resistance, as an act of survival, as an act of purifying the soul so easily polluted with despair. And so when I go like this, I want you to say the words, thank you. Let's practice this. For beauty, for breath, for friendship, for love. So let us sit in silence to open our hearts and eyes to the wonder of existence, to allow our gratitude to radiate from us, to overflow and spill out into the world. Let us sit in silence.
Walking with you, walking with you is my prayer. Singing, singing, singing with you, singing with you is my prayer. Crying, crying with you, crying with you is my prayer. Praying, praying with you, praying with you. Laughing, laughing with you, laughing with you is my prayer. Walking, walking, walking with you. Walking is my prayer.
I realize I didn't introduce myself earlier, so I will do that now. My name is Lynn Nugent. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And for me, gratitude is inextricably linked to contentment. Contentment with my life, Now that is an act of resistance. And I say that because the messages in our consumer culture that bombard us, telling us we are not enough, that we do not have enough, and that we are lacking in some way. The only way to experience the joy of those smiling and laughing people in the ads or on social media is to buy, you can fill in the blank, or alter our appearance by, and again, fill in the blank, and so on. For me, contentment feels like being at peace with my life and my choices, or at least some of them. I challenge anyone out there to have been at peace with all of their choices, but if we can be at peace with most of them, that's okay. In my body, it feels easeful and relaxing, and I might find myself humming, and my breath flows easily. This does not come to me through buying into what the ads are trying to sell me. It comes to me through gratitude for my life. Gratitude is an act of resistance for me as an aging woman, experiencing some of the challenges that accompany aging. Can I gratitude and contentment when the messages I receive around me tell me I no longer have much to be thankful for? It is so easy to slip into discontentment. I mean, advertisements are an obvious. Another is our dominant culture's perfectionism that has informed me since my childhood. I find myself in comparison mode when I see someone display a talent I wish I had, or a skill that I have not perfected. I feel admiration for them, but also a disquiet in myself. For my gifts and the gifts of others, perhaps not in the moment, but later, is a powerful antidote to discontentment. When I feel gratitude for my life and the gifts that are in it, I feel that sense of contentment in my body and mind. Now, I find this takes practice. As a way of an example, and Sheila's already given us a brilliant example of what she does, and as I'm sure Sheila did not intend that to be a prescription for you, I do not intend mine to be a prescription for you either. But just an example of that we can do. So I try to pay attention and be present enough in my life to notice the good so that I can actually be grateful for it. To remind myself to do this, I stop a couple times a day and take a few deep breaths. And in order to remember to do that, I have a nice little chime that rings on my phone twice a day, and I stop, if I'm able to. Obviously, if you're driving, you kind of have to watch that behavior, and take a few breaths. This helps me to connect to the present moment with the sensations and the emotions that I'm feeling. And then each morning, I write down 3 things for which I'm truly grateful. It starts my day with a warm feeling and a sense of peace. Now, Sheila shared with us someone that she has found who talks about the importance of noticing the good in your life. For me, Buddhist psychologist Rick Hanson has inspired me. He talks about paying attention to the good as velcroing our good experiences into our brains. And evolution has programmed us with a tendency to hold on to negative experiences in order to avoid them. And of course, it has an important function. But unfortunately, the good stuff often goes unnoticed and forgotten. A gratitude practice, whatever that looks like for you, can act as a touchstone for the good in your life. Some examples might be paying attention to a happy event or an improvement in a chronic illness, witnessing beauty in nature, and we've had a wonderful fall for that, acknowledging an act of kindness, taking in the laughter of a child. What might you do if you are struggling to find something to be grateful for on a really bad day? Try remembering the simple pleasures that we often take for granted. As an example, I'll close with a reading by Susan Wiggins Bunch. It's an illustration of gratitude for the simple comforts that are present in our lives, just waiting for us to take note. I took a hot bath last night. As the tub filled, I marveled at the process. I was grateful. I did not have to fetch the water, nor build a fire to warm it. I did not have to carry it heavy, one bucket at a time, taking care not to slosh it up the flight of stairs to the second floor tub. I simply turned a handle. There, hot, clean, refreshing, abundant. Thanks be for simple pleasures that really aren't simple after all.
I just actually would like to say a new group. This is a new ensemble that was formed just this past summer. Just a smaller group to do some supplemental repertoire as well. We do not yet have a name, which we'll be coming up with soon. But if anyone has any suggestions, you're welcome, and you get a prize if you pick our name too. I don't know what it is yet, but. For me, I'm a big nature person, and nature is one of the things I'm most grateful for. And so here is the song that nature sings by Ruth Elaine Schramm.
Everything
There's nothing like a beautiful choral piece. Oh, thank you, thank you. Isn't this a glorious day to be alive? To be awake and breathe in the freshness of the air with all of its scents, to take in the colors of the trees as they turn from green to brilliant yellow, even orange. It is a blessing just to be. And on this day, my heart is filled with gratitude because I know that each day we are given gifts from Mother Earth, the very breath we breathe. At times, the nurturing rain for the parched earth, the rain for our spirits. We have soil to grow the food that we eat. The endless cycle of the earth and its regenerative nature is a gift that provides each one of us with not only the physical necessities to stay alive, but the gifts of beauty all around us to soothe our souls and calm our spirits. And I think it's because of this that gratitude for the gift of life is among the origins of all the religious and spiritual traditions. Gratitude is one of those basic beliefs about faith and grace and how to be in the world, much like hope and trust and contentment. It's why many of the spiritual paths begin with gratitude as a reminder that amid all the trials and tribulations of the world, the fact that we exist is a miracle. It's no wonder then to know that this feeling of gratitude is also a spiritual practice. And I'm big on spiritual practices. Spiritual practice reminds us that we are dependent on the world all around us, that we are part of the web of relationships in which we live. Words of thanks, as Sheila talked about, let others know that you acknowledge that another has benefited you. It adds that element of connection, of human connection. It lets another know, I see you. I witness you. And because they were present for you, that your heart has been opened, my heart has been opened. In that way, gratitude is understood as the only possible response to a gift that has been given. Let's face it, every single one of us began life dependent on others, and we end it dependent on others. Life itself is about being profoundly dependent on others. It's that reciprocity of giving and receiving and repaying. And once we acknowledge this, then it's easy for gratitude to be a foundational organizing principle in our life. Religions from Christianity to Hinduism to Wicca all emphasize the importance of thankfulness, especially as a form of prayer. For example, in Tibetan Buddhism, before engaging in any meditative practice, one is invited to pause for a moment to reflect on the preciousness of human life. And for indigenous cultures, gratitude is at the core. It's seen as first and foremost a response. It's our responsibility to feel grateful. I like the way that Robin Wall Kimmerer puts it in, let's face it, one of the most beautiful books I have ever read, Braiding Sweetgrass. And if you haven't read it, add it to your list of books to read or listen to. In it, she tells us to give thanks for what you have been given. Give a gift in reciprocity for what you have taken. Sustain the ones who sustain you, and the earth will last forever. Give a gift in reciprocity for what you have taken. sustain the ones who sustain you, and the earth will last forever. Some of you know I was just last week in Montgomery, Alabama, and I was in a conversation with people from the Southern Poverty Law Center. And I have to tell you that the rise of hatred in the world is simply heartbreaking. And in the face of that, it's easy to lose hope, to look out into the world and forget to be grateful. It's easy to despair at times like this. There are so many things that keep us from remembering to be grateful. This business of being a human being in difficult times, it's hard work, isn't it? For the Reverend Dr. Galen Gungrich, co-minister at the Unitarian Universalist Church of All Souls in New York City, the proper response is always gratitude. He thinks that gratitude should be at the very center of our Unitarian Universalist identity in terms of religious practice, of what we do as Unitarian Universalists. For Galen, the reason why gratitude is so important has to do with the role of religion and the nature of the universe. Remember that the definition of the word religion is to bind together. And with that definition, religion unites the purpose of our lives as human beings with the purpose that animates the universe. Religion unites the meaning of our lives as human beings with the meaning that pervades the universe. And here's the thing, though. There is no amount of devastation that can happen that robs us from our capacity for gratitude, even in the face of a virus that is incredibly hard to keep in check. The divisive conversations about the need for an eighth principle, systemic racism, you name it, gratitude is always a choice. It's what is at the core of what it means to be a human being alive in the world today. I like to think about it as gratitude is a shield that protects the sacredness of our humanity. I can remember being present at an event that honored Canada's first National Day of Truth and Reconciliation. We listened to stories of those who had survived residential schools. One man came up and he spoke in a very soft voice about his experience. And he didn't go into much detail, but it was clear that this was a traumatic experience. And then magically, he offered a song in full, strong voice to honor those who would never come back or who were forever marked because of that experience. And after that song in full, strong voice, he simply said in his soft voice, "I'm grateful for my resilience." I don't think a lot of people caught it because it was said so softly, so genuinely. He opened himself up and made himself vulnerable to us. And it's true, isn't it, though? We can always look back and use examples of the elders, the saints, the ancestors, and how they survived under the weight of a cruel and oppressive force. Elie Wiesel, a survivor of the Holocaust, who received a Nobel Prize for his writings that speak to the experience and spirituality of the Jewish people, said this when he accepted his prize. He said, "No one is as capable of gratitude as one who has emerged from the kingdom of night. We know that every moment is a moment of grace, every hour an offering. Not to share them would mean to betray them. For our lives no longer belong to us alone. They belong to all of those who need us desperately. And I look at the resilience of the women behind the Montgomery bus boycott that was the beginning of the civil rights movement in the United States. And you're going to be hearing a lot about that because it profoundly touched me. But this was a boycott that was largely planned and executed by Black women who were active in anti-segregation activities and policies. There's a quote that says, "I believe that we're here on the planet Earth to live, grow up, and do what we can to make this world a better place for all people to enjoy freedom." So my dear ones, it is an act of resistance to take the time to look, to feel, to truly see what's there, to listen to each other deeply, and to be in this world with your full self, to open yourself fully to the tragedy in the world, and to hold gratitude in our hearts in the face of it. To be grateful in these days is an act of resilience, resistance, of renewal, is how Diana Butler Brass, an independent scholar who writes on American religion and culture, puts it. To be grateful is yet another way that we express our belief in and commitment to a world that is more just, more equitable, and truly fair. Our interdependence calls us to gratitude amid the rubble we find all around us. Somehow, gratitude becomes one of the greatest forms of resistance that we have to a cruel and dehumanizing power. What I have found and learned to do in such times is to find the beauty and to open my heart to the joy and gratitude I have, to look out onto the sunrise and feel the gratitude within my heart, knowing that no matter what happens, that this is a glorious sight that happens each and every day. To take in the glorious colors of the trees and breathe in their colors, absorbing them into my being, so that on a dark winter day, when all seems bleak, I can pull on that resource and share the colors that I have breathed in with the world, with the people around me. Environmental activist and philosopher Joanna Macy reminds us that regardless of our circumstances, we have received an invincible gift. To be alive in this beautiful self-organizing universe, to participate in the dance of life with senses to perceive it, lungs to breathe it, organs that draw nourishment from it. Well, that is a wonder beyond words. May it ever be so. Let us sing our closing Lifted in Love by Leah Morris. Christian is going to lead us in it.
We are here to be lifted in love. Look at the trees, they tell us. We are here to be lifted in love. Look at the birds, they tell us. We're here to be lifted in love, to listen to love as a flower raises its face to the sun. We are all one, here to be lifted in grace and love. We are here to be lifted in Look at the sky, it tells us we are here to be lifted in love. Look at the sea, it tells us we're here to be lifted in love, to listen to love as the flowers raise all their faces to the sun. We are all one, here to be lifted in grace and love. We are here to be lifted in love. Look at the trees, they tell us we are here to be lifted in love. Look at the birds, they tell us we're here to be lifted in love, to listen to love as a flower raises its face to the sun. We are all one, here to be lifted in grace and love.
The offering in our Sunday services is no longer one of those practice exercises of meeting our financial obligations to the congregation. It is, in fact, a ritual that takes the form of love. It is a reminder that even when we have looked after the financial necessities of life, we continue to exercise the practice of giving until it is second nature. This month, 1/2 of our unidentified donations will go to support the work of Rainbow Railroad. We donate to them this month in recognition that there are many who are living around the world who are unable to come out and be their most authentic, beautiful selves. But the passing of the offering plate was never a practical exercise. It has always been a ritual. Even if your pledge is paid up, it is worthwhile for you to bring even just $1 to drop into the plate as a ritual reminder of that form of generosity that we call love. Let it be a reminder that after meeting our obligations to ourselves and our households and the communities to which we belong and are committed, we must still keep our capacity to give. The offering will now be given and gratefully received. And if you are visiting for the first time, please feel free to let the offering basket pass you by. Your presence is a gift. so thankful for Christian and Jane and the choir and the music and Sheila. And I'm thankful for you all. We're grateful for you, Samaya. Really is an honor to be with you all on this Thanksgiving Sunday morning. You know, I had the opportunity to hear Reverend Gary. Sorry, I've got something caught in my throat here. See if that helps it a little bit. Reverend Gary Kowalski once, when he was a theme speaker at one of our Elliott Institute Unitarian Universalist family camps. You'll hear me talk about that a lot, and if you're curious, come and talk to me. But I always remembered the words that as he closed out our week and thought that they were fitting for this Thanksgiving Sunday service. So as we prepare to leave this space, let us leave lifted in the embrace of love that holds each one of us. And go in peace. Speak truth. Give thanks each day. Respect the earth and all the creatures, for they are alive like you. Care for your body. It is a wondrous gift. Live simply. Be of service. Be guided by your Unitarian Universalist faith and not your fear. Go lightly on your way. Move in a sacred manner.
As you go about your week, you are invited to take time to look out at the sunrise with gratitude in your heart. Breathe in the glorious colors of the trees and absorb them into your very being. Breathe them deeply, and then find a way to share that glorious feeling of gratitude with those you love this week.